Where do you go to find fine fast food? On today's menu.
Buongiorno.
Dispelling the myth that fast food is always junk food. A survey of the best meals on the run from around the world. A New York culinary rebel redefines quick and delicious.
Just because it's fast food doesn't mean you can't buy food with integrity.
What to eat on the street, Florentine style. The art of wonton from one of Hong Kong's best noodle shops. Mas Kalandar, Bangalore's first ever vegetarian takeout joint.
We want everything fast, fast, fast.
Curbside ceviche in Ensenada.
De nada.
This restaurant is different in many ways when people think of fast food. We're trying to make delicious food that's affordable, that's a little bit different. I tell cooks we're not a fine dining restaurant, but there's no reason why we shouldn't have the same standards just because we're cooking something different.
What is that?
Fried pork jowls.
Oh, fried pork jowls.
Yeah.
Yummy.
I'm Dave Chang, I'm the chef owner here at Momofuku Sambar in the East Village.
David Chang knows food. In 2007, he was named Rising Chef of the Year by the James Beard Foundation and has become a darling of the food world with raves from the New York Times, GQ, and New York Magazine. A graduate of the French Culinary Institute with experience at many top-rated restaurants, Chang could have chosen to go just about anywhere. Instead, he set his sights on fast food, opening Momofuku in New York City. Similar to a burrito joint, you place your order and watch a line cook assemble every delicious morsel. A hit with locals, Momofuku proves that there's no reason a meal on the run can't be mouth-watering.
After January.
I'm gonna pick up some baby romaine. Maybe we'll do a small little bosam with the stuff we have at Sambar.
David Chang is one of my favorite chefs.
All right.
He takes just really simple ingredients that are locally sourced and cooks them in a way that makes your mouth just light up.
These are the very popular cucumber in Asia.
He has an amazing technique and respect for ingredients and appreciation of our green markets and our local farmers.
We shop at the green market because, like, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to buy the best products possible. Just because it's fast food doesn't mean you can't buy food with integrity. You can't buy food that is made locally and raised the right way. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Hi.
Hi, Dave. What's up?
Not much.
How are you?
Just getting ready for service.
The food at Momofuku is definitely not vegetarian.
In a lot of ways, we use pork to just flavor the vegetables. Or beef.
I'm a big fan of pork-flavored vegetables.
Right.
It's a whole lot of pork with really fresh local ingredients. It's great food. It's not pretentious. You don't need a reservation, and you always leave really happy.
So here we have our steamer. Instead of putting bread in the oven, you steam it.
It's probably really good for your pores, too. Is that why you have such beautiful skin? Hoisin sauce.
Hoisin sauce.
Delicious.
These are quick salt and sugar cured pickles. And that's essentially it.
And these are such a great fast food. That's so simply done, and the ingredients are fresh, and they're good for you.
Yeah, it's good for you, and it's even faster than a hamburger because it's already steamed, ready to go.
I think gourmet fast food has really taken off in New York City over the past couple of years. It's definitely the next wave. We've done fine dining, and I think we're ready to eat fast food that's great food.
We're cooking for people that want to eat, and we're not trying to baby them or anything. This is what we do, and hopefully you like it. And the whole thing of, like, you know, customers always right, all these cliches, business cliches, we're trying to be like, well, maybe you're not always right, and
maybe I'm right.
Yeah, maybe we were right.
A lot of people have been saying that Dave is a culinary rebel. I think that he's someone who's really true to his vision.
I think we're just trying to do something that we believe in. Sometimes that comes into direct contrast to some established beliefs. So if that means being a rebel, then so be it.
What's that?
This is some lamb belly that we've confit in smoked pork fat.
I think another great thing about Momofuku is that it's really expanding people's palates and education.
Here's the setup for the som that we're gonna try.
What is bosom?
And som means to wrap or enclose. Traditionally, bosom is a steamed or boiled pork belly.
And then that's wrapped up in
a lettuce leaf or a steamed leaf of cabbage. We're gonna make some traditional bosom, but with lamb belly instead. It's Asian, but it's not really Asian. It's a Korean Americanized version of what we do. We never set out to be authentic. That's gonna bother a lot of people, Americans and Korean Americans and the like. It's something that we feel honest about, so. This is the lettuce that we got from Nevia earlier today. That is the kimchi puree.
So, is there a way to do this properly?
Just try to wrap it up and eat it. Yeah.
Dave he's a trailblazer in this niche of the restaurant industry. The lamb is like really rich and fatty, but the kimchi just cuts it.
Right.
The lettuce is really crisp.
I think that you're gonna find more and more stylish chefs playing around with not necessarily fast food, but just good food at an affordable price.
And I think that he will be a mentor to a lot of young chefs. He's creating a framework for anyone to do really great fast food.
Considering that the whole concept of slow food originated in Italy, you might think that the notion of fast food is completely antithetical. It is and it isn't.
Although tripe is eaten throughout Italy, the only place you'll find a street vendor like Sergio Pollini selling tripe sandwiches is in Florence. Made from any one of the cow's 4 stomachs, tripe has long been a local favorite. In fact, the first tripe recipes from the area date back to about 1300, making tripe one of the city's oldest forms of fast food.
Sergio's carrying on a centuries-old tradition, which solves for locals the need to eat quickly, cheaply, and deliciously.
Cena. Resisteremo. Buongiorno.
Ciao Sergio.
Come stai?
Bene. My name's Lori Demori. I'm a food writer living in Tuscany. Sergio Pollini is a tripaio, a tripe vendor. His tripe cart is located in the Sant'Ambrogio neighborhood of Florence. Every morning just before 8, he drives up in his 3-wheeled ape, the quintessential Italian scooter/truck, and within minutes, he unfolds its many wings, plugs it in, fires up the stove, turns on the refrigerator, and transforms the little scooter into a much beloved local establishment. The tripe stand is a unique Florentine establishment. You won't find this throughout the rest of Tuscany. Every day Sergio has a special.
Buongiorno, ciao.
And today's special is lampredotto with white beans and tomato.
Vai. Una mezza porzione.
Do you remember from 2nd grade about how cows have all those stomachs? Well, this is the final stomach.
Dice, mi dai lampredotto?
And you can travel the world, he says, and you can ask for lampredotto, and they'll say, we don't sell it, we don't have it. Here, people show up to the stand every single day.
Ma questo si fa bollito.
Tripa alla fiorentina is another favorite.
Come si fa un bollito normale?
This is boiled, and I see
Cipolla, basilico,
onions,
carota,
basil, carrots.
sedano.
Gonna
Quando
season
si
it
fa il
again.
semplice.
He'll make a sandwich, put it in here.
Ma io sono sempre stato al pubblico, lavoravo.
Salt. He wants it picante verde, which means both hot sauce and green sauce. And the final touch, io lo so, spear the bun, dip it in the liquor.
Bagnato nel brodo.
I
Persone di tutto il mondo, di tutte le estrazioni sociali.
What Sergio loves about his stand and his work is not only feeding people, but standing on this corner and being able to interact with people from all parts of the world, every social strata. Yeah, there's a sort of human contact here that really can't be replicated at a major fast food chain.
Buongiorno, sono Dante.
So Dante's come to take some tripe salad home to have for lunch. It's dressed with olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. And he's put all three types of tripe, the honeycomb, that kind of towel tripe, and the smooth tripe. Little bit of spice.
Eccolo.
There are tripe stands in the city that have added hamburgers and hot dogs to attract a wider audience. And he said, I refuse. This is artisan food. You spent a lot less, you've gotten a lot more, and you have something that's quintessentially Florentine.
One of the most essential things about Hong Kong is the wonton noodles. I mean, if you want to ask anybody what is the #1 favorite fast food dishes they would like, has to be wonton. And I'm going to one of the best wonton noodle in town right here.
Located in the Causeway Bay neighborhood of Hong Kong, Ho Hung Ki is one of the oldest wonton noodle shops in the city. Wonton noodles are Hong Kong's version of burgers and fries. Fast, cheap, on-the-go food. But don't let all that flash boiling fool you. The recipe has taken centuries to refine. And this popular canteen has a reputation for having honed it to perfection.
This is the best wonton noodle I found. I love these noodles. The chef said the reason why he's here because every time when he starts cooking, all the people start watching and they say, ah, great. And then they will just come in here and eat. Here is the wonton, the noodles, and this is the soup. Just put it all together. That's it. Fast food, nutritious, great. When you're eating noodles, in the West they might say, oh, it's very impolite to make noise. In here, perfectly okay. Perfect. The wonton is supposed to be small. It's not like a ping pong ball. In some restaurants, you see it's a gigantic wonton. This is the wrong image of wonton. It's hot. It's hot, but it's very, very delicious. In the wonton, you take the sweetness of the fresh shrimps, and also there's a bit of pork. So you've got a very strong flavor of meat as well. Wow, look at this here. This is what makes that delicious wonton soup and noodles. All the ingredients is here. But now I have to ask an expert to tell me exactly how to make this thing. So how come the wonton soup is so delicious?
Okay. The
most important ingredients to make the wonton noodles taste good is this very good quality dry pomfret fish. When they got the fish, they have to charcoal it to make the flavor comes out. The second one will be the vertebrae of the pork. It makes a much richer flavor into the soup as well. And this one is the small shrimps with the shells. They will dry them, shred it, and put it into the soup. And what about the wonton? How come the wonton is so tasty? In here you see you have lean pork and fat pork. Remember about this dried pomfret fish? What they will do is they will just shred it into like this kind of like powder, mix it together, and then they do the wrapping of the wonton.
One, two, three, four.
Use all 4 fingers like playing the guitar, and then just grab the thing. It looks simple, but
very simple.
可唔可以俾我試下？
好啊，嚟試下 OK 啦 OK。OK， 掂下手指啦喎，哆唻咪巴。
This
好靚好靚。
It's more or less the same. Just forget about the back. It's more or less the same. It's one thing I always want to tell you that Chinese people invent fast food. I mean, how quick can this be? This is what fast food means. 唔該晒你學生，
咁客氣啊！
唔該晒，走啦，翻工。
咁好啊，我一齊啦。好，拜拜，我再見，拜拜。
Bangalore is my home. It's a very accepting, very welcoming city. It's quite cosmopolitan. But now, because of the IT boom, Bangalore has become famous for being the Silicon Valley of India. People from all over India come here to make money. So everybody works long hours. There's no free time. We all eat out a lot. And we want everything fast. My name is Shobha Narayan, and I'm a food writer based in Bangalore, India.
Frustrated by the lack of healthy, affordable Indian food for business people on the go, the husband and wife team of Pallavi Gupta and Gaurav Jain quit their IT jobs to open Mas Kalandar, Bangalore's first vegetarian fast food franchise with an emphasis on healthy foods, incorporating the 6 flavors of Ayurveda, an ancient Indian healing system believed by many to be the secret of healthy living. Their take on fast food has become a hit. Mas Kalandar now has 6 locations, with plans to expand the franchise throughout South India.
Mas Kalandar serves healthy fast food. Seems like an oxymoron to me, but let's go test if it's true. Can I have a masala aloo combo?
Sure. Make a drink with it?
Mango lassi?
Mango lassi, certainly.
1 masala aloo, 1 paneer and paneer. 1 masala aloo, 1 paneer and paneer.
Parathas are stuffed flatbreads. We make them in the clay tandoors. Mas Kalandar serves healthy, fast food, but it's also about the whole mind, body, spirit connection.
What we're making here, Shobha, is 7 Wonder Paratha. He's mixing the 7 kinds of flour.
So it has all the grains instead of
all
just
the grains, whole wheat, the clarified wheat, millet, the jawar, the rice flour, and the besan, which is the gram flour.
Besan gives the protein.
Yeah, besan gives the protein. Each flour has its own nutrition quality. This is a mix of about 6 spices we make specifically for Mas Kalandar, which will impart a unique flavor, which is both sweet, sour, pungent.
Yeah. All the 6 tastes of Ayurveda.
6 tastes of Ayurveda are present.
One of India's oldest Ayurveda textbooks, called Charaka Samhita, is essentially a cookbook. It says if you eat this, you can remedy this ailment.
This is the turmeric powder. It's believed in India that when you get a cut, just apply turmeric onto the wounds.
Used as an antiseptic.
Bit of amchur.
Amchur is dried mango.
Dried mango.
You can cure many things through food, and if you eat the right foods, you don't need a doctor.
You don't need chemicals to enhance the taste of food. So if you're using a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, food tastes naturally good.
See, I see that he's mixing it with his hands.
To be honest, we don't know any other way to make the Indian food. We've tried it with other things. It doesn't seem to get that taste. This is the green parathas.
The spinach and all the greens are pureed and put in this.
This is a spices paratha. So it's got all the unique spices in it. This is a low-cal version because...
So you have a low-cal combo.
We have a low-cal combo. And what we do is roll this with his palm. There's a space to which he'll just put a lot of stuffing. Over here, he'll put a little bit of cilantro, spices, and then he'll just seal it up, make it into a dough, and there, bingo, it's ready to go.
So the healthy part is the dough preparation, and the quickness part is the stuffing and rolling. Sticks it into the tandoor. Bangalore is busy. It's like Silicon Valley. People work round the clock at call centers and back offices. One of the things that has suffered is home cooking, because these young techies don't have time to cook at home. So there's always new restaurants coming up to cater to these IT workers. It's good. It's very mellow. I mean, it's a restrained cook that's made this. It's not, usually in restaurants they put everything, but here it's very lightly spiced, like at home.
Sabina, she's the best cook for ceviches in Ensenada. She's been here running her cart for 31 years. From 10 in the morning to 5, her cart is in First Street and Alvarado. It's very famous and it's the best. De nada. Buenas tardes, Sabina. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, hija, ¿y tú?
También. My name is Solange Muris.
Bien, ¿y tú, Javi?
I go to Sabina as much as I can.
¿Sabes qué dice?
Sabina Bandera and her husband arrived in Ensenada, Mexico on their honeymoon 32 years ago and never left. Since then, Sabina has run a ceviche stand that has remained a local favorite. Every evening, she prepares ceviche in her home kitchen. It isn't cooked over heat, but the lime juice in the marinade reacts with the fish proteins, changing the texture of the fish. The result is a tangy, delicious treat enjoyed by those lucky enough to find themselves on the streets of Ensenada.
She's making her ceviche. Each state that makes ceviches, they all have different way of doing it. In Ensenada, they put it in a grinder. The ceviche is very particular for that.
En la noche se pone a cocer para que se cosa bien.
She gets the fish fresh at night. This is tuna, and then she cooks it in lime juice with salt. As you can see how it's changing the color. So it's actually cooking. So it goes from this to this, and then to this. It's been cooking for like 8 hours. This is very good way to preserve the fish. Sí.
Tomate, cebolla, cilantro.
And she adds cilantro, onions, and tomato. She has the containers submerged on ice, and that most of the other carts don't do that.
Pues nadie se me va a enfermar.
That nobody ever got sick. Muy bueno, Sabina. When she leaves home, she leaves the problems here. And then she's somebody else and she's laughing and she's having fun and working. And then she will worry about her problems when she comes back.
Me encanta la cocina, me encanta todo.
She say that all the customers, rather than sometimes think about how good is the food, also they think that it's a really good attention, that she takes the time for everybody and talk to everybody and ask them what they want. And there's a lot of people coming to her and say, thank you because you took time to see what I wanted. I'm a really good street eater, but I'm really picky. I keep going back to Sabina's because I think food is very from the heart and I can feel what she's doing. And all the effort and the passion she puts on everything that she does every day. I keep going because it feels like home.